right, welcome back. Thanks for joining us today on Fly Tampa Fly. This podcast exists to inspire and grow the aviation small business community in the Greater Tampa Bay area. We're looking to connect with like-minded people, like yourself, hopefully, who are looking to grow profitable aviation-centric ventures while staying on task with whatever their greater purpose is. Also, in the eventual future, we're looking to highlight small aviation business owners. So if you know of anyone that fits that bill and is looking to practice their interviewing skills, please connect us. And we would love to share their story with our fast-growing community. So without further ado, we got some basic news for you today. So stand by and let's just get into it. Oh yeah, I think I said like us and hit the bell and share us on social media. But we'll say that again at the end. All right, a little bit about the Senate. They recently approved some basic aviation measures. In particular, last month, the U.S. Senate, let me see if I can move this higher. Make this a little bit higher for me. Give me a second, folks. Oh, there we go. That's much nicer. All right, last month, the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science and Transportation approved 3 aviation measures to enhance innovation, improvement, medication transparency for pilots and air traffic controllers, and accelerate the safe deployment of advanced air mobility aircraft in the national airspace. Starting first, the Aviation Medication Transparency Act of 2025, it calls upon the Federal Aviation Administration to publish in one central location and update annually a list of medications that pilots and air traffic controllers can safely take while maintaining their medical certification. And this will help remove the guesswork and fear associated with taking routine prescriptions and over-the-counter medications. Right now, you gotta really dig for the right information, and then you still might not even be right. All right, second, the Aviation Innovation and Global Competitiveness Act aims to modernize and streamline the FAA type certification process for the advanced air mobility vehicles to improve transparency, predictability, and accountability of the certification process for emerging aviation technologies like electric-powered vertical takeoff and landing air taxis in the national airspace. And then finally, the Supersonic Aviation Modernization Act. If you feel the need for speed, this is your opportunity. It directs the FAA to lift the 1973 ban on civil supersonic flight over U.S. land. However, there is a caveat. Permitting speeds exceeding Mach 1 if no sonic boom reaches the ground. So you can feel the need for speed and you can go super fast, but your sonic boom cannot be heard by people on the ground. So next, these bills are going to move to the Senate floor for consideration by the entire chamber. So they're not done yet, but there's somebody in DC looking out for you in the aviation community. So that's good news. Good news for all of us. All right, the next thing is the Wings Act. Nope, not the Wings Act. This is pretty cool. The FAA is moving forward with a new digital tool that will allow general and business aviation pilots to request departure clearances through approved flight applications instead of via radio. FAA leadership unveiled a new system known as mobile clearance at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh last month. By moving routine clearances to a digital format, the FAA said it can improve communication accuracy for pilots, reduce misunderstandings, and help controllers stay focused on aircraft movement and runway safety. Beginning in August, mobile clearance will also allow pilots to cancel IFR through their flight applications. That's very interesting. E.g., for flight, helping them transition to VFR. This will free up controllers to focus on aircraft separation. The FAA began operation evaluations of mobile clearance in Houston in May. Testing expanded to Wisconsin and then Kansas this past summer. More locations, including Kansas City, Missouri, Nashville, Tennessee, and Austin, Texas, are planned for this fall. And this is ahead of the nationwide deployment, which is anticipated to begin in 2027. I'm excited about this because let's say you're going to a busy airspace like New York, and I don't know if you've ever flown in New York airspace, but getting a clearance out of a super busy airspace like that, an IFR clearance, it's a lot of riding if they don't give you a standardized departure, and sometimes they get a little snippy if you don't catch it all in the first breath. But But having this kind of capability already exists in the bigger jets. They have their own like little text clearances. So this is really cool for us small general aviation pilots. They're going to have a similar function at a much lower price point than what they're probably paying in those bigger jets. So that's very exciting. And I look forward to being able to fly IFR and using this capability in 2027. All right, we're going to move on to some more Senate news. The Wings Act. It was recently introduced as a bill that would recognize degrees for pilots, academic degrees. Pilots, mechanics, and air traffic controllers. These would be recognized as professional degrees, expanding access to student loans for individuals pursuing aviation careers. And of course, that would help grow our overall industry workforce. The workforce is called the Workforce Innovation for Next Gen in Skies, hence Wings Act. And of course, it would update federal policy to better reflect the realities of today's modern aviation education by addressing the financial barriers, because we know it's all very expensive. For barriers to entry to aspiring aviation professionals. It was introduced by representatives from Ohio, New York, and Florida. The legislation has already received support from more than a dozen universities, as well as a number of industry stakeholders. So I guess the short of that is stay tuned for future updates. We got some exciting news in the world of business aviation. It's exciting to me. Icon Aircraft plans to resume production of its A5 amphibious light sport aircraft in 2027, and it's going to include a new safety system designed to help pilots avoid landing gear configuration errors. The company recently announced during EA AirVenture, Oshkosh. They just recently announced that during Oshkosh. Icon Sense is what it's called. It's a new flight safety system developed with Aviation and Skytron Avionics, and it's designed specifically for the A5 Icon, the Icon A5, and addresses the risks associated with operating an aircraft that can land on both runways and water. The system is intended to provide pilots with additional situational awareness during these transitions, helping reduce the possibility of an incorrect landing gear configuration. Icon describes the technology as a significant step toward improving safety for amphibious flight. The announcement comes as Icon prepares to restart their A5 production in 2027. Woohoo! The company has positioned the aircraft as a recreational aircraft designed to give pilots the flexibility to operate from both land and water, with the A5's retractable landing gear and folding wings central to its design. So it's a fun-looking aircraft. I have never ridden in one yet, and what that means for us in the Greater Tampa Bay area, hopefully, is that they'll resume their location there at Peter O'Knight Airport or somewhere in the Greater Tampa Bay area. And yeah, it's exciting to see. I would like to fly the aircraft and get my seaplane rating in the future. All right, moving on to the next slide. A little bit of Florida. I put this in Florida business development. Yeah, overall. Tampa International Airport. It's a good news story. Tampa International Airport's second annual Wings for Autism event took place this past July. The airport hosted around 50 children with autism and intellectual and developmental disabilities, along with their families, giving them a chance to experience air travel in a calm and supportive setting. It was hosted in partnership with the ARC Tampa Bay Foundation and Southwest Airlines. The event guided families through the full airport process just as they would on a real trip. Participants checked in at the ticket counter, dropped off their bags, rode the shuttle, and went through TSA security and boarded a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 before finding their seats on the aircraft. Nobody likes going through TSA security. Anyway, organizers said the event registration filled up in less than an hour, so that reflects strong community interest and the growing value of a program for families who want to become more comfortable with flying. After another successful year, planners are already looking ahead to next year's Wings of Autism event at Tampa International Airport. For more information on the ARC of Tampa Bay and the Wings for Autism, you can go to their website, and we're going to put that in the description below, as well as the article to this particular good news story. Let me, anyway, I'll get back to her in a minute. That's Miss Terry Greiner, looking to talk about our flight tomorrow. All right, Florida-based Side-Slip Aviation. This was a really cool, story. We always look for Florida businesses to highlight on this, and eventually we want to interview these owners, CEOs, founders, whatever they may be. But Florida-based Sideslip Aviation sources products from across Europe with a goal of providing quality aircraft parts at a reasonable price. Sideslip Aviation is able to pass savings on to their customers because they execute direct bulk purchasing and have low overhead. They probably own the land. It was started by Elizabeth and Chris Gordine, and they're both from Florida, and they've both been active in the light sport aircraft community for over a decade. And over the years, their love for the sport and their passion for aviation has grown, and they've been frustrated in the past by the lack of availability for parts and the prohibitive cost of many. They searched for an alternative source for Rotax and Bing parts and other aircraft supplies. After years of research, many alternative vendors were tried and their products evaluated for quality and value. Several new sources were discovered and many valuable contacts were established. So they compiled all the items in this list, and they discovered it and they put it into a single website to share the savings with the entire aviation community. Hence, Sideslip Aviation was founded. They also provide on their website light sport and ultralight plans and manuals. Since many of the ultra craft manufacturers are no longer in business and technical documentation can be hard to find, Sideslip Aviation provides support to assist pilots. So, yeah, they're going to continue to grow their list of old manuals as they continue to scan and find new content, discover new content. So this is an exciting young company in the Florida area, and if you're into light sport aircraft or ultralights, these guys could be a source to help you keep your aircraft maintained. That is very cool. All right, so we're going to move on. We're not too bad on time today. I'm getting better at the timing, I guess. eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing stocks. I don't really have too many any new news. Here's the stocks on the screen. And they're moving up, they're moving down. Good luck. They're all highly speculative right now. So, yeah, right now, in the spirit of transparency, I have a few small peanuts with Archer, and I'm losing right now. Darn it. Here's some aviation industry events. Let me fix my slides here. Looks like we got a few events. One that I'm interested in going to is the National Championship Air Races in Roswell, New Mexico, and that's in September. And it'd be cool to see those fast aircraft, and that would be cool. And then Triple Tree, being some young folks in a nonprofit, we'll be trying to get these kids to Triple Tree. This might be our year, since we're in a super El Nino year, and hopefully there's no hurricane or bad weather this year. But yeah, knock on wood, we're gonna try it. I think we're gonna try it. As always, look up Jamail if you're looking to get a scholarship. We talked about the politicians. They've got it on the table to make aviation degrees eligible for more academic money, scholarships. So Jamail here has already started. He's got ahead of the game, and he's already compiling a list, and he's got a great platform if you're looking to find scholarships or money. And you don't have to be a young 17 to 20-something-year-old. You can be a little bit older. There are scholarships out there for you if you're looking to get into the world of aviation, maybe switch tracks to change your profession to the wonderful world of aviation. And it's not just for pilots and mechanics. There's other scholarships out there for people who are looking to get, in general, into the world of aviation. So anyway, go to Jamail's website. And, of course, we'll have his information in the description below. We'll always have the general scholarships. We always list those, and we always put those in the description below as well. All right, this brings us to our close, and we're looking not bad. I'm going to try to stay under that 20 minutes today. All right, as always, thank you to our sponsors, Jetline Systems. We always want to mention them. They provide flight simulation technologies. I am not in their office today because they're closed on the weekends, and so I have an alternate location. Anyway, they provide flight simulation technologies. Their purpose-built computer systems run flight simulation systems in any environment, from the desktop PC to servers running large-scale simulators. Each system is hand-built, stability tested, benchmarked, and optimized to maximize performance and stability with the flight simulation software of your choice. Anyway, give my friends at Jetline a call if you have any questions. If they can't help you, they will point you in the right direction. They're really well known within the flight simulation industry. We also want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Mind My PC. They're a cybersecurity and IT outsourcing solution for small to medium-sized businesses. They provide 24-hour, 7 days a week availability, which gives you, the business owner, a peace of mind so you can focus on what you do best, your business. So if you're not looking to be a IT help desk person for your own company, give it to Mind My PC and they'll take care of you. They can also help you source the proper solutions and proper technology that will help you do what you do best, which is not that. So give my friends at Mind My PC a call, and they will help you out. And then finally, thank you to Skyway Bound. If you know of anybody looking to get into the world of aviation, whether it be a pilot or otherwise, please connect us. We would love to see how we can help them. And looking at the time, 16 minutes. Not bad, so I got time to ramble. Anyway, that is going to be a wrap. That's going to take us back to the beginning, where it all started. All right, we're going to close out here, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. We always invite you to follow us and like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube to stay up to date with our latest video content. And of course, don't forget to tap the bell to receive alerts when we release new content. And as always, remember, the road is long and hard, but you might get discouraged, and it's okay. It's okay to be discouraged. Just work your way through it. Fight through the pain, and don't quit. You got a dream. If you got to work a regular job while you work on your dream, just do what you got to do. But you can still make your dream come true, and you can make it happen. But it is a long road, and it is a hard road, but you can do it. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Do not quit. The sky is not the limit. It is just the beginning. All right, get out there and make something happen. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.